if you were to have a round table with three powerful women, who would those women be? What would be the topic of your conversation with them?
Katharine Hepburn, Sophia Loren, and Maya Angelou.
Oh, okay.
Great
What would you
women.
talk about? What would you, that's a great mix, actually.
Yeah.
What would be the topic of conversation? Like, what would you want to just, the first thing that you would want to talk about if you had all of them? Any ideas?
The first thing that I would want to talk about, I guess I would just, I would want to know how they're such wise women. I don't know. I would want to know how they handled adversity.
Yeah.
I want to know, I guess that's what I would want to know, is how, when things didn't go their way, or when they wanted something and it didn't happen, or there were roadblocks, or how did they get to where they were, and, the different obstacles that they had to go through, like, how did they navigate all that stuff?
Right.
Like when you thought your life couldn't get any worse, how did you handle that, and what happened? What was your lowest of low, and how did you rise?
Right. Okay. And Shruti?
Yeah. So Sarah, I know you and your sister are super, super close. What is your ideal girls' night with her, your best friends? What would you do on a girls' night?
What do she and I do on girls' night? It's so funny because anytime she comes over or we hang out, the kids are always here. So we never get the one-on-one. And I remember one time I had some one-on-one with her, and I just looked at her and I was like, oh, I really like you. And and she was like, yeah. And I'm like, I want to hang out with you again. And she just looked at me and she was like, what do you want? Where's this going? I'm like, it's not going anywhere. I'm just saying, I never get to see you outside of aunt mode. And I kind of like being around you. So, we don't really, we don't really get too much one-on-one time. But when we are together, there's always some kind of movie going on. We both have an obsession with Adam Driver. So just sending back and forth photos of Adam Driver with one another, just watching Adam Driver do nothing on screen, just pretty much gets it off. And then we just talk about our mom and our crazy family and our brother and just that kind of stuff.
So much
girl talk.
Yeah, girl talk.